Hello crafty friends, today I'm back to show you this Heffy Doodle and Chibitronics LED card. I've created this card because I had this idea in my mind, but at the end the card appeared really different to the first idea I had in my mind. I used some Memento Tuxedo black ink to stamp the images on Nina Solar white paper, and I used my Copic markers to color the images. I used for the robots mainly the T markers, but you can use every marker you want and you have in your stash. The other robots were already colored because they were practically colored the same way, and I didn't want you to waste some time on watching me coloring because this is a really simple coloring, and I guess there are a lot of other artists that do greater coloring than I do, so I wanted to save some time. I used some gel pen to create to make the eyes more pop, but my gel pen weren't used for a while and wasn't working, so I used my Copic marker. Now you can see a white paper. At the end I will switch it to a blue one because I didn't like the card panel, and I hope for you it isn't confusing very much. This is the background I've created, and in my mind this was a great idea, but at the end I really didn't like it. But now I can still use it to create my circuit. I cut the battery loading thing, I don't know how to call it in English. I cut it out because there I want my LEDs to be, and I want it to shine really bright. So this is why I cut this part off. And you can see the three little X's are the places where I want to put my LEDs. Now I'm using one layer of pretty thick foam tape, and I tape it on the bottom of my card because there I want my switch to be later. This is a slider switch, and you will see that we need some foam tape, and I'm already adhering some foam tape on the top of the card, but this you can do later as well. And you guys know me, I like to make my card looking thinner than it really is, because if you put 3 or 2 layers of foam tape, one on top of another, the cards always look pretty thick. So I like to hide the battery behind some bigger images and then cut a piece from the card panel off so I can put the battery through it and it appears less thick. I hope this makes sense. Now back to the circuit. I placed the battery, this is the circle, and I draw in my LEDs, and I'm really sorry, as I created the circuit my camera went off for sure and I didn't film it, but I guess you can see pretty good how this circuit works. You have the 3 LEDs. On one side it is connected to the battery. On the other side it isn't directly connected from the battery to the LEDs, but it is indirectly for sure, because otherwise the LEDs wouldn't shine. But it will only be connected if you press down this little tab. I hope it makes sense, and I will link to another video I created using this mechanism, because it is a little more trickier, but not that much. It's just a little bit more thinking, And for me, the most difficult parts are always not creating the circuit, but integrating the circuit on the card. So, because if you would do only the circuit, it would take about 5 minutes. And then you create your card, maybe it will take an hour. But integrating the circuit to the card will take a lot of time as well. Maybe I sit there for 2 hours because I really make it more complicated than it really is with trying to hide the thickness of the card and these things. Now I'm taping the vellum behind the battery loading thing. You can see it. I'm sorry, I was off from camera and now I'm removing my foam tape. Where the tab is, I used only 1 layer of foam tape, but on the rest I used 2 layers of foam tape, and my foam tape is pretty thick, so it was enough. But where the tab is, you need to have less foam tape so you can press down your card panel and then connect the LEDs to the battery. And you can see the old layer I had in my mind, and I really didn't like this. So I decided to take a light blue cardstock. I stamped the battery loading thing, and there you can see another card try I had. I cut off my battery place. I could use the card base, the card panel as a template, and it went really fast, everything. And now I'm using my Versamark ink pad to stamp some hearts from the stamp set, and then I will heat emboss it using clear embossing powder from Wow. And I use some anti-static powder so the embossing powder won't stick to everything, and for sure I use the images to know where to stamp my little hearts and see if I have enough hearts or if not. Now you can see I remove all the layers and all the images, and I'm using here some Tombow Mono Multi Glue and tape my new card panel on top, and then I cut the card panel to the right side, and as I already had some foam tape behind the images, I simply used my Tombow Mono Multi Glue to tape the images to the card panel, to the new card panel. And you can see everything is still working, and it really went fast. I thought it would take a lot more time. And I'm using here some Heffy Doodle Stamps to show the recipient where he has to or she has to slide so the LEDs will turn on. And now I'm taping down the whole circuit on a white card base, and I'm using here some Lucy's Little Things sequence in some light green colors to finish up my card and have a little bit of sparkle and a little bit of shine, as the sequence look really subtle but shiny. And guys, don't do this. I thought it would be a great idea to put there some Nuvo drops on top of this battery loading thing, but as I put vellum behind, the vellum rubbed totally and it didn't look well, but there I hadn't a chance to remove and replace it, so I left it. And for the hearts in the background, I used some sparkle pen from Crafter's Companion to make this card even more shiny. And this was it for today. I hope even everything being very confusing and not well planned, you can understand what I made, and I hope you enjoyed this card like I did. But I wanted to show you because I want you to know that you can fix everything, each mistake you make, and wanted to encourage you to end your cards. I hope you have a great day, and we see us back soon. Bye.